my God, what a stud. Look at the size of that. Woo!
Got one. Fish on the front.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That motor adjust.
Thank you. I like it.
Morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
80 feet. I think that bottom's a little deep. They're just not thick here. All right, let's just run a few baits for 15 minutes and see if we can get a couple on the boat first. And then... You ever caught a fish at 91 foot deep?
No, I ain't not.
In a lake?
No. Sure ain't.
That's a deep lake, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, boys, let's get some herring going and have some fun. Ready?
Yes, sir. Get a bait.
Bradley, check your drags. Make sure they can be able to run some drag off. Oh, there you come, Bradley.
Bottom?
Yeah, they're hugging the bottom. And there's a couple suspended at 80 feet.
Okay.
Once you get it 3 to 4 reels off, you probably should be in their wheelhouse there.
Got one of them gonna get you hooks.
Keep talking to me next time I cast.
Yeah. All right. Give me the net.
And that.
Yep. Bradley's using a big spoon. We're going to show you here in a minute. I'm going to have him explain to you what he's doing.
Pick that rod up. Pick that rod up. Move that rod. Move that rod. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
Jason.
what a fish.
Oh, it's foul hook. Get him in the net. Get him in the net. That's a big fish, man.
There.
Woo.
All right. All right.
I took the rod out of my hand for a second.
Maybe a heart attack.
Okay. Get him a hook and I'll turn him loose to you.
Good fish there, bud.
It is.
9 pounds.
All right, Bradley. Way to go. There you go. All right. Got a rag?
Yep, so what we're doing,
Yeah, take a minute and show everybody.
throwing a big flutter spoon. Jason, this is a
Ben Parker.
it's a Ben Parker 8-inch spoon.
8-inch spoon.
8-inch spoon. Lots of guys like to vertical jig them, drop them straight below the boat, reel them up. Jason and I got a little bit different technique we've been employing for last couple of years, where we cast it out as far as we can, reeling up through the water column. That way you're covering 3 or 4 times the amount of water. The best part about it is when you have a fish this size or bigger hit this spoon, it feels like a ton of bricks or a truck is hit. And as you guys could see, about pulled the rod out of my hands a minute ago. So another beautiful Lake Murray striper and another beautiful striper on Jason Bennett's striper boat right here, man. Jason, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, one down.
One down.
Come up here. Step up here and do it.
Okay.
Let it starts to sink to the bottom.
Okay.
And then speed reel it.
And then that's a 711, so just kind of tip out and just reel like this.
Okay.
And when you get about halfway back, hit the button again and let it sink to the bottom till the line stops spinning.
Okay.
And then just keep. So what we're doing, like I said, instead of vertical jigging, you're casting way out.
Right.
So the boat's here, instead of going up and down here, you're out here, fluttering up, back down. And so you're covering 3 or 4 times the amount of water that way.
Okay.
And just do a nice and easy, nice good reel on it, and they'll come up. There you go. Yeah, push the button. Let it spool out until it stops.
All right.
There he is. Front.
There you go.
All right. Number 2.
Get them fired up a little bit.
Not a very. Well, at least he hasn't showed the shoulders yet. We'll give him a minute.
There he goes.
Getting a little bigger now.
Yeah, when he sees that boat, he'll make a run.
We're pulling these fish up to what? 40
90
feet? 90 feet deep. Where they're at today. All right, here we go.
Nice. I think so. I don't know. It's just tight.
I got the size now.
Okay.
I got the next view right here, Thomas.
All right. That's maybe all you need. I don't know.
Oh, you got somebody else's fishing line.
Yeah.
That's the first one of them we caught today. There is something on the other end.
Maybe it's a spoon.
Yeah, he's got it up here.
Hey folks, we're here today with one of our pro staff members, Thomas Follow from Southern Outdoors Fishing, and he wants to talk about a really neat reel he has here from the makers of Cast King. And Thomas, if you would just tell us a little bit about the King Cast reel that you have right here.
This reel right here is the Spartacus Maximus. It's basically what you would call the D9 of the bait casters for bass fishing, red fishing. It's saltwater approved. This thing's got 25 pounds of drag on it. This baby right here will bring him into
Bring in a good redfish.
Yes, sir.
You got braided line on there. How many pound test is that braided line, Thomas?
This is actually 20-pound braided line. This is what they call the Fortress. Pronounce that correctly. It's really good. It's really smooth. Strong line. You know, I've used a lot of braid over the years, and I've used Power Pro, I've used spider wire, and this braid right here, I love it. I mean, you can't touch it, especially for the price. The price is awesome.
Right. Now, if somebody wants to look up their the King Cast rods, what's their website, Thomas? And how? I mean, can they buy them right online or?
Yes, Cast King is a e-commerce company.
Okay.
You can't just go to your local rod and reel shop or bait shop and get these. The best place and the easiest way to find the Cast King rods is through Amazon. Go to Amazon. Just type in Cast King. You will bring them up. If you know Cast King, if you want looking up reels, just type in Cast King reels. It'll bring up their line. So affordable innovation is basically what their slogan is, and that's what it is.
Affordable rod and reel for the average fisherman. So there you have it, guys. Go to Amazon, look up Cast King rods and reels, and give them a try when you get ready to buy your next rod and reel.
Alright, nope, you don't have to touch the rod. Never always leave your rod there.
They've all cooked up, okay.
Not too bad.
Well, this fish number 3.
Glad I didn't check that line, huh?
Yeah, I'll go.
Rerun it all.
What's the depth? They're mostly.
That guy, Thomas,
Don't cut my clippers out.
sit down.
I don't like the way that fish on the boat. You budge it, there you go.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah.
Run up the drag. Boy, that chum got them going, Bradley.
Sure did.
That chum got them
They
eating.
weren't biting that good until he threw the chum on.
Nope. As soon as he threw that chum, it got these fish
That'd be a
jump
good one,
started.
isn't it?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's
so.
a big fish here.
Yeah,
Go ahead and get
yeah.
on him when he's not running on you.
Okay.
It is.
It is, yeah.
If you leave your hand on the side of the reel, now you're fighting striper. Oh my God, what a stud! Look at the size of that!
Woo! Yeah, we go.
Folks, we not catching no babies today. Good 7-pound fish.
All right. Cool.
Good
All right,
deal.
guys, there we go. Number 4.
There you
Let's
go.
get him in the. Let's get him.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah. I was bass fishing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fish are real finicky right now. I've had to lighten my line and go to a real small hook.
Yeah.
And these fish have been pressured so hard. If you don't use light leader and small hooks, they just seem to be biting them better. Now in June, I use a 1/0 circle. I'm not using these tiny hooks.
Yeah,
The bait
okay.
swims a lot better. These fish are very finicky. You want that bait just as fast as he can be down there. Oh man, look at that rod, Ben.
Woo, yeah.
Oh, I can't even get you turning this way. Get your head come on straight, Ben.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Man, this fish is gone.
Uh-oh. Well, it is going out that way. That's
That's
better.
a good sign.
Yeah, that's good.
We gotta get that rod out of the way.
Dude, this is a stud right here, boys. When they go out, you know you got a big fish. When they stay under the boat, usually a smaller one. When they run that much drag off, oh, we got a pig. Somebody got a net for me?
Here you go.
Ready?
There you go.
Got it right here.
All right, we'll go head first now. Don't swipe that fish in the tail. You're swiping right off there. Head first. Bradley, this is a pig.
How big? Oh, it is.
12 to 13
Yep.
pounds.
Woo!
Big.
That's what
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
There you go.
Whoa, my goodness, we catching big fish today, boys and girls.
Nice.
Look at the size of that striper.
Jason.
Catching good fish today. 91 feet deep, right off the bottom. These fish are hugging that bottom deep. You see there's some good fish down there. What a fighter. All right, let's get another one.
That's 3 big ones.
I mean, 3 big ones.
Those are 3 studs inside that box
Yeah.
right now.
I
Tell you
will get
something, man,
Will.
for this
So
time
I
of
can go
year,
ahead and upload it.
that's doing
Yeah.
something right now on this late this time of year to catch 4
Oh,
fish and
that-
3 of them, or 5 and 3 of them be that size, man.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, Jason, the one that fought that thing back was 15, 17 pounds.
Guy caught a 20 on a spoon not long ago. I sure wish they'd eat this bait.
That
Look at
sucker,
the
man, when you
fish
turn
down
around,
there.
he was 4 feet, 3 feet below the water. When he turned around, man, that side profile hit.
You get to a point you want to.
There ain't no way Buddy gave me 10 dozen.
Got one. Fish on the front.
Oh, that one's already rolling. Good deal. I got that hook set.
Another one on a Ben Parker spoon.
Nat.
Let's get doubles.
You
get it?
He's a keeper.
There you go. Oh, not wow. That's nice.
Another good one.
Yeah.
Oh, easy there.
You gotta be careful. All right, he's gonna be touching. Okay, I'm gonna leave that with you. Here we go. Another one.
Yep.
Oh, we on a hot bite now, y'all. Oh my God, look at the size of these fish today. Here you go, Debbie. Debbie handed that camera off, y'all, and she got right on this fish. She wasn't gonna be
Where's your
denied.
cameraman?
Slow down, Debbie, a little bit. All right, keep your rod, keep some bend in your rod. Don't pump. There you go, just like that.
Where's that now?
Don't pump it.
No, just keep a little
That's
meat
all
on it.
tied up here right now. You might have to fight him for a little bit, Debbie.
I don't think that's gonna be no problem. Debbie, we may even have to walk this fish to the back. On him, honey. He may walk you back this way. No net, Bradley?
Yep. Oh,
We're working on it. We're working on it.
That's ready.
Oh, I need it. That's a good fish. All right, no more wriggling, Debbie. You got it all the way to your tip.
I know. I didn't make
All you gotta do is lift your pole like that.
There you go. Another good fish.
Good deal. Good deal.
There you go.
Got him.
Another one?
Yep. Oh,
Fish on.
It came off.
He came off.
Golly.
I need my rod back.
There you go.
There you
you
go.
go.
Keep it in the air, Debbie.
Gotta keep it in the air.
Not out to the side, honey, in front of you.
There you go. All right, you had your hands wrong.
Yep. Oh, there you go, in front of you.
Come on. Don't let him whoop you, Debbie. Keep it right, the girl. Keep it right over there. That way you're controlling the fish.
He's under the boat on you, Debbie. You got to reel. You got to reel. No, keep reeling. Don't quit reeling until I tell you to. Keep reeling, dear. Keep reeling. He's going to come out here now. This is a bigger fish here. All right, no more reeling. No more reeling. All I want you to do is lift that rod. There we go, y'all.
Oh, man.
Goodness, look at the size of these 9 and 10.
Where's all the little ones?
Was you gonna let this striper? Would you say that striper whip Miss Debbie, y'all?
How about this one? Okay, got what I want.
Okay.
Debbie, how'd that feel?
That was good. I'm calling bigger though.
You caught one bigger last time you was with me?
That's right.
Yeah, that
Yeah, that
first one,
12
that was a monster.
All right, guys, show you kind of how we're hooking our herring. I like to go right through his nostrils. He's got 2 holes right in his nose. And I usually go about 90% of the time like this. Some applications I'll go to the back, but that's usually how we hook our herring. The fish we're catching today are suspended around 80 feet. So what I want to do is I want to put this bait at 80. It's 2 foot from here to that first eye, so we're just going to go 40 pulls. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 37, 38. And you can use line counter reels. A lot of guys will use line counter reels to get them down to 80 feet. I'm used to pulling them off. The bad thing is if somebody starts talking to you, you lose your count, you start all over. But that's a pretty precise method of getting them baits on suspended fish.
Another thing, folks, if you got a really good depth finder, you pay close attention, you can see this here is one of our lines sitting about 65 feet down, what that is. So if you just have a good depth finder, you can also watch your depth finder. And that there will let you help you out too, letting you know exactly where your lines are. Only problem being is we got so many lines out here, we're not sure what these 2 lines are. They might be this rod or that rod. So like Jason was saying, you do the countdown system and you know at least that rod's down there where it needs to be. Everybody, we're going to take a break just for a minute and fish between our fishing here. And myself and Thomas want to ask Jason a few questions about his guide service. If you would, Jason, just talk a little bit about your guide service, like what we're doing. Talk to us a little bit about Lake Murray, and you know what you do out here on the lake.
Sure. In the summertime, what we're doing today is we're fishing deep. All these fish in the summer try to find the coolest water on this lake. This lake has a bunch of humps in it. We're just sitting up on top of these 80-foot mounds under the water, and the fish are stacking up. Now, once this water temperature comes under 78 degrees, these fish will start moving out of this deep area that we're in today.
Yeah.
And they'll start heading back up to the river systems in about October and November. Then we'll put on our planer boards, and we'll start using planers.
Fish form in shallower water.
Fish form in shallow water. Wintertime, they come to the surface because it's warmer water. Summertime, they go deep toward the cooler water. And that's just kind of a general pattern how we fish for them on Murray. I do fish 365 days a year. I can catch them in December and January, just as you see we're catching them here, just a little different technique.
If somebody want to come out here with a family of 4, say, what's your price on something like that?
Well, pricing is on the website, usually around $400 a trip is what we get. We can handle up to 5 anglers. We like to keep it at 4, but I can't handle 5. We love kids to get on the boat. It's according to how many adults versus kids, but 4 to 5 anglers is our max on this boat. We fish out of a 22-foot center console boat, a sea hunt, and we just try to not crowd it too much, but we can handle 4 to 5 anglers.
How long of a trip do you have? You have morning trips, afternoon trips. If a guy wants to come out, you even have evening trips.
I do. We run night trips as well.
Yeah, the one we went with you last year in the summer, we were out until about 10 o'clock at night.
We do.
So
in the summertime, it's a morning bite, and about 9:30, 10 o'clock, the bite kind of fades, and then you can come back out here around 7 in the afternoon, and we've got lights all over this boat, LED lights, and once I get the lights on at nighttime, it establishes all the bait under the boat. Naturally, once we get the bait under the boat, the stripers usually follow suit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we run mornings, afternoons, and evening trips, summer only on the night trips.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get back at it here and see if we can catch a few more fish. We just wanted to introduce Jason to you guys a little bit and talk about his guide service. So give him a call. That's Jason Bennett's Guide Service. What's the website?
We're on Facebook, Jason Bennett's Guide Service. Instagram, same thing. The website's jasonbennettsguideservice.com.
And he's also got a page on our website, www.carolinaaoutdoormagazine.com. You go on there and you'll find a link to Jason's website also. All right, let's go back fishing, guys. Jason, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man. All right, Thomas.
I don't think he's quite. Oh, there you go. There he's pulling a little bit.
How's it feel, Tom?
Good. Feels good. He's. There we go. There we go.
All right, lift your rod tip high. Straight to the net. Good job, guys.
All right.
There you go. Good deal.
There. Now it's time for a big one. Now he got that baby out of the way.
Yeah.
Still a keeper.
Yeah.
I mean,
So is everything that bites.
Oh, you need the hook.
Hammer jam.
I'll get it.
What, Debbie?
Yep, he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
it.
There we go.
You know, Jason, we're having a good time fishing together, doing a bunch of stuff. I was like, man, I'm gonna give Jason a really nice combo. A $200-something Denali rod and a $90 reel, and he spools it up, goes out. He and Nick are out here fishing, real choppy, and he had an icy fly trailer tied on, and what was a bucktail and an icy fly trailer. They were going casting. They're flying down through the lake, and one of the rockers on his old boat got loose up top.
Ooh.
Right in the water. Didn't even make a cast, did you? No.
Ah,
$300 rod at the bottom of the lake. Never used it.
dang it, man.
Well, Nick stuck.
It took me about 2 weeks to tell him.
Golly.
You know that rod you gave me? It's gone. It's gone. On top of the mound.
Oh, okay.
You'll see here. Now, once we start climbing it, you should start seeing fish. If they're coming to the front, Bradley got a hot bite on that Ben Parker spoon today.
Oh, there's good Lord! You see the big one below him?
Yeah, I did.
Holy moly.
There's a big one below him. Golly!
Right.
And I'm gonna get the
Oh,
the
okay.
head of the hook up. There you go.
That thing don't come up. I got the rod. I got the rod.
Well, it was cooperate for a second.
Way to go. There's a good fish right
So
there.
another Lake Murray striper on the
Yeah.
Ben Parker spoon. Basset. The bite isn't fast and furious on these, but it's a lot of fun. As you can see,
Yeah.
when it hit, I mean, it feels like a dump truck, like I said earlier.
Well, they like that flash, don't they?
They do, man.
You'd have never thought that thing's big as a prop blade would catch fish the way it does.
Well, it's
Catch
funny.
them like crazy.
Guys have tried a few times, won't catch anything. They get disinterested.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, that's the big
You
thing.
come out here and try it and do it over and over. You start catching them, man. It's,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I get addicted to it, man.
What's
And
great
then
about
when it really
catching them is
spools
that
up,
first
you just drop
initial
it straight
strike.
down
It's like,
speed.
wow,
Knocking
yes.
at your hand coming up.
Holding on to a ton, it feels like.
I ain't never seen nobody.
and to me, that's the closest thing to a redfish you're going to catch in fresh
Oh,
water.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm dead on this camera.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Oh, wow. I got.
Dude, you're killing them on the spoon.
Can you switch it quick?
It's crushing.
Fish, another big one. God,
They are crushing the bait.
I know what the problem is, Jason.
What's that?
We need to be using herring
The size of that spoon.
the size of this spoon.
Keep them there for a
They are
second.
liking the spoon right now.
They liking that spoon. Well, I don't care what they like. Let's let them eat it
As
up.
long as they keep eating it, right?
It took a while.
See the weight down there.
Okay.
He's getting a little heavier now, Jason.
All right. He just.
There he is.
All right. Yep. Sorry,
That'll make a good picture.
Mm-hmm.
make a better dinner.
There he goes. There he goes.
He's pulling now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pulling now.
Bradley, front. Doubles.
Two fish on.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Right there he is.
Super slick hands from cutting all this bait, man. Knife in my hand.
All right, just lift your pole. Now you got you all the way to the tip. You can't reel no more.
Yeah, I know. I see it. I see it.
That eye like that, but anyway.
Debbie, back up a little bit with the net, please.
I got the net right here. I'm sorry, I'm just falling asleep on the job. There you go.
There we go.
There we go, buddy.
There you go. Nice one.
Yeah, nice little small.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Striper.
Here we go.
Nice.
We got another one.
Oh,
Another
yeah,
fish,
yeah.
another fish.
Yeah, there we go. Right behind you, right behind you. Get it.
Now we on a hot bite, y'all.
Let me
Did you ever get chum in the lake? No, that's catch him, Bradley. Catch him. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Did you ever get chum in the lake?
Yeah, tons of it, man.
That's why we're getting doubles and triples right now.
Yep.
Folks, that's what chumming will do for you.
All right, I'm back over here.
We were on a slow bite. We got some chum in the lake. I get him. Y'all just watch Paul. We were on a slow bite. We chummed up a bunch of baits, and we just had triple bites. Wow. He's running some drag, isn't he, buddy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's pretty.
Yes, sir. All right.
Come on, Thomas. Follow me in there. Bradley, you keep coming, all right?
Yeah. You're setting them off there.
Boy, we got him going, didn't we? I can't believe that chum triggered the bite right there.
I did like 13.
Oh, that's pretty. Man, that's pretty. That's pretty.
Nice.
Another one for
There
the
we
cooler,
go.
guys.
There we go. There's another one for the cooler.
Another one for the bottom.
Nice striper. Pretty thing.
Woo! It's gonna take us a half hour to get them on the dock to get
Oh,
fish.
there he is.
We planned field cooler today, guys. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was fun. It was fun.
If you've been watching, we've been doing really great out here fishing with Jason Bennett from Bennett's Guide Service today. We've caught some really nice stripers, and what I want to do is I want to take a minute and I want Jason to show us the rig we're using. Now, you can't use the same rig all the time every day or every week because fish change, and you told me that you've had to do something different because of the fishing pressure that's been out here on the lake. So why don't you just explain to us just a little bit about what you had to do to refine your rig from what we usually use to help make the bite better.
That's right. What we usually use is a 2-ounce egg sinker, and I usually run a 15 to 17 pound leader. Straight Carolina rig, leader, and a hook. Now what we've had to do, in May and June, these fish are not that smart yet once they start transitioning deep, but now by August, Lake Murray has tons of fishing pressure on this lake. So the guys that are still using the standard equipment aren't catching fish. So what we've done is we've lightened that leader up to a 10-pound leader, and I'm using a brim hook, a number 4 circle hook, one of the smallest hooks I can get away with.
And that's a number 4.
And that's a number 4 circle with a 10-pound leader. Now you cannot horse these fish with this light leader. But as you see today with the dock of fish we've laid out, the light leader makes all the difference in the world on a tough bite.
Right.
Also with the smaller hook, what it allows that bait to do is swim more freer down there. So they're dragging that 2-ounce lead around, but I've actually lengthened my leader to make them longer and went with a smaller hook to allow that bait to swim around.
And them fish right there, you know, I wouldn't go lighter than a 10-pound test because you start getting fish like that, and what's going to end up happening is you're going to start losing fish because they're going to snap the line. I don't know if I'd go to 8-pound test, would you?
I searched, some people use it.
Really?
You just can't muster them.
You just got to play them a little more.
You just got to let the fish run.
Right.
10-pound is as light as I go. And we see, we didn't lose, we got 9 and 10-pound fish everywhere on the dock today, and we played them right. We didn't lose a single fish.
Right.
Now, if you start winching on them and trying to get them to the boat fast, you will break them off.
Right.
You got to let them run and let your drag be your best friend with this deal.
Right. You had a question for Jason?
Yeah, Jason, what do you use for your main line? What pound test?
I just run up, this is a 15-pound big game. I'm just running Berkeley big game. I never go over 17. This is 15. Usually run a 15-pound main line to a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader earlier in the season. And now what we've done is, as we talked about, we've lightened the leader down to 10 pounds. And it makes all the difference on a tough bite. Also today, the bite was tough. We went through spurts where we had fish literally on my screen everywhere.
Right.
Another thing that'll help you, what we've done is I bring out a lot of bait when I come fishing. Today I started with 10 dozen herring. The fishing was stacked up on the bottom and we could not get them to eat. We had Bradley chum.
Right.
We cut up about a dozen herring, and started throwing them in, and it triggered the fish to bite. And we hit 5 fish, bam, bam, bam.
The chum made the chum made a big difference, because we'd sit there for 15, 20 minutes and be thinking about, well, maybe we should move. Bradley throw out some chum, and he'd chum up about 4 or 5 herring, and within 5 minutes, the screen, the depth finder started to light up, and the fish started, you know, we catch what, 4 or 5 fish.
4 or 5 fish.
Another thing that made a big difference today too is Bradley was throwing this big spoon. This is a Ben Parker, one of the, what they call, some of these guys call them a flutter spoon, and he was throwing that out there on this rod with a Synetics reel, and I think Bradley probably caught about 5 to 6 fish just throwing this out and just slowly retrieving it. And he'd pick it up a little bit and just let it flutter back to the bottom. Pick it up a little bit, let it flutter back to the bottom. Reel in a little bit more and do this, you can keep the process up. And I can tell you right now, I didn't get a chance to use it, but I was watching Brad, and he's using braided line on here, and I know what it's like to catch a bass on braided line, so I can't imagine what catching one of these 9, 12 pound stripers was like when he got hold of that on that rod. That looked exciting to me.
Yeah, and what you want to do when you're using these Ben Parkers, I just kind of make a note to everybody, you want a good high-speed reel. We're using the Synetic Evo today. It's a good high-speed reel. If you've got these fish, you've got to burn that spoon through the school. You cannot reel this thing too fast. So a good high-speed reel, about a 7.5 foot medium heavy graphite rod work fine for your spoon fishing. You want to use an 8-inch Magnum spoon. Don't go with the 6-inch.
No.
They do not like the 6-inch for some reason as good as the 8-inch.
And that's an 8-inch.
That's an 8-inch Ben Parker Magnum spoon. That's what they're called.
All right, well, we just wanted to show you this a little bit here and just let you know what kind of tackle we're using. And that's about it. I guess we'll just go ahead and call it a day.
Hey, had a pretty good
Been
day.
a great day, hasn't
That's
it?
right.
All right, man. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. We want to thank you for tuning in to today's show. We had a blast out here on the water with Jason Bennett and Bradley from Synetic Reels. And also we had Thomas Farlow on the boat, one of our pro staff guys, and also Thomas is from Southern Outdoor Fishing. And if you want to have a great morning or afternoon or all day on the water, call Jason Bennett at Jason Bennett's Guide Service. We will put up his website right here on the bottom of the screen, so you can go there and check out his website and see some of the fishing he does. And I guarantee you folks, this is probably the fourth show or so that we've done with Jason, and he constantly just puts you on fish. We started out really slow. Brad got the chumming out there and using his spoon there a little bit, and all of a sudden when the chum got just right, the fish just started gobbling it up. It was like sharks. But Jason, I want to thank you for having us on the boat once again. It's been a blast. Bradley, thanks a lot for coming and helping us out.
Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
All right, and Thomas, thank you for coming and helping film and catch some of these fish. I really hate it that your fish are down there and my fish are up here, but that's just the way it goes. But thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching our show. I'm Jim from Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV. We'll catch you somewhere next week in the great outdoors when we do it all again. Thanks for watching.